vibe of the NFL.
And coming up next, it's the Jets, reigning league MVP. Everyone's still in awe of his last game, passing Noah Van Brocklin's 1951 mark of 554 passing yards. It's the Jets and the
What better
Pats.
way to start
Coming
off
up
the afternoon
next.
than with some... The Jets ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Pass play on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
He's on the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 16.
He'll throw it. On the move, headed right. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. So the ball on the midfield stripe now after that big play. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Rolling left behind some time. And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The Jets and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Cuts it to the right sideline. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's across midfield into Patriots territory.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
They left him wide open. It's complete. He does it. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a second-quarter lead. Malachi Corley the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
The Jets headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Chased out to his right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So we've reached the end of two, and it's the visiting Patriots out in front. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty.
No need. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Throwing now on first down. Flush down now to his left. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Getting out to his left. That's caught. He found some space. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets take the lead right away in half number two. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. To throw here on first down. Escapes out to the left. Big game downfield. Touchdown, New York. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They'll throw to begin this drive. Forced out to his right. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. So we hit the end of the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a two-score game to begin the fourth. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Play action on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. They go play action here. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He rolls to his right, and they take this in for the score. The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
They'll throw on first. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
All set up now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He calls his own number again. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
And that's a New York touchdown. fresh blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.